Say you want to find your own data and then tell your own story with it. Not a story told using data, but the actual data itself. Maybe in an Excel format or CSV, which is a comma separated values format that you can then import into Excel. Maybe you want to find data like that and then sort it, a big batch of aggregate data. Can you do that? Yes, you can. And I'm going to show you how. All you do is you tell Google what file type you're searching for. So first, we will search for data, and then we'll download a data set, and I'm going to show you how to sort of do some sorting in it to decipher what is hidden in there, what information you can use to write about. And this is a great thing to teach students, because especially if they're finding a data set to write an article, this is how you decipher the article so that you can interpret what the numbers mean. So first, I'm going to go ahead and search for data. So what I'll do is I'm going to look for population shift by state. I'll add the word 2020. I'm going to remove this. I'll show you why in a sec. Population change by state. I'll add 2020 just because I'm trying to force the most current data. And I'll add the word data because sometimes that gives us data. But very often what happens is you'll get news articles, you'll get links to the census, but it's not actual data. It's not comma separated values or XLS data, actual numbers. And so what we want is actual numbers. And you used to be able to go up here and click settings, and you could select advanced search, and within advanced search, change file type, and you could give it a specific file type. So you could click file type and choose XLS. You can't do that anymore, but it's okay because there's a workaround, and this is what I use all the time anyway. I just type file type colon XLS. So just add this at the end, file type colon XLS to your search, and you're going to end up with XLS data. And if you look, there's an XLS icon on every one of these elements in this search. These are all links to data sets, all links to Excel data, which is really convenient. And so I'm going to download one of these that I'm familiar with already that I've looked before. So let me open this up and I'll expand it and we'll take a look. So what we have is data by state of population shifts, and we see the raw numbers. What I'm interested in is percent change, and they actually have that column on here, the percent change. So I want to know which states increased and how much. And so I'm going to be able to sort that out. I can look here and see 2000 to 2010, 2010 to 2020, and you can kind of go down here and look. So these are listed alphabetically. Alabama didn't have a lot of growth. Florida did have a lot of growth. But I want to sort these largest to smallest so that at a glance, I can see what this is telling me. I just want to sort by a different column. I could try to just sort by a column, but very often I'll get an error if I try to do that. So I can hit that, click data up here, and then sort. And sometimes it'll just give me a problem. So what I want to do is select the data first. So I'm going to go to the first cell of the data area. And up here you'll notice there are some columns that don't have numbers in them or they have dates. There are some columns up here that are 3, 2, 10. Columns formed into one column, merged into one column. We don't want that. We just want the data part, which appears in the line starting below the years. So I'm going to click on United States, and then there's a cool shortcut in Excel. I'm going to hold on a Mac Command and Shift. It's Control and Shift on a PC, but if I hold Command and Shift and the right arrow, it will jump to the last column. So the last column on this data set is AC. It automatically went there. I'm going to hold Command and Shift now again and hit the down arrow, and it will jump to the last cell, which is line 57, AC 57. So I just held Command Shift arrow right, Command Shift arrow down. I've now highlighted the data. Now I can just right click anywhere in here. On a Mac, you might have to hit Control click, but I'm going to right click and hit Sort, Custom Sort. And so once I've selected Custom Sort, I want to pick the column that I'd like to sort by. And in this case, it's percent change. Now you might find different things in this when you go click this pull down over here by column. So I want to give you a heads up. I think what this one's going to show is 8.7 because we selected just that data. But sometimes when you go sort, you might see sort by column O, sort by percent change, sort by 2010 to 2020. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this and look for any of those indicators that tells me I'm sorting by column O, percent change from 2010 to 2020. I think it's going to be 8.7 because that's the data I've selected. And here indeed is 8.7. So again, I hit right click, sort, custom sort. Now I'm going to select the column and 8.7 and then largest
to smallest. By the way, sometimes you have to do this twice. It just doesn't work the first time. I don't know why, but let me hit OK and see if it works. It did not work the first time. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I don't have to re-highlight anything. I'm literally just going to hit right-click, sort, custom sort. It already has these numbers in there, 8.7, largest to smallest, and the second time it worked. I don't know why that happens sometimes with Excel, but no big deal. All right, so now we can look and see by state which state had the most migration. So Nevada is at the top here, 2000 to 2010, and again, 2010 to 2020, really fast growing area. And Arizona, same thing. Arizona was in second, Florida third, Texas fourth, and they're actually in that same order. And so you see the numbers really haven't changed that much. Florida is getting a little more migration. It has slowed down a little bit in Nevada. It's slowed down a little bit in Texas. But the U.S. from 2000 to 2010, 9.8% growth. Texas, 18.2% growth, almost double the U.S. population growth in that time period. Nevada grew almost 5 times faster than the U.S. Overall did. Same thing in 2010 to 2020. So just much faster growth. I'm sorry, about 4 times faster. Slowed down a little. Nevada grew maybe 3.5 times faster. But again, pretty rapid growth here. And you can look down at the bottom to states that shrank. A lot of people left D.C., North Dakota, West Virginia, Iowa. Folks left there to go to the Sun Belt. So that's how you'd sort a data set and kind of interrogate it or interpret the data just with a simple change in custom sort.
Okay, let's do another one. Let me go do another search. This time I'm curious about which state has highest levels of education. So let me do this. I'm still going to, I think, keep by state, but let's search level of education by state. So here's another one I'm curious about. Educational attainment by state. I click on it, it downloads. Let's go open it up. And we'll glance. And again, this is a very similar data set to the other one. What I'm curious about is the most recent year available, 2009, advanced degree or more by percentage. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll click on this first cell. And then I can control click, or again on a PC, right click, sort, custom sort. And what I want to do is look for this column, 10.3. If you notice, that's what's at the top of this column. That's the title. So I'm going to hit 10.3, and again, largest to smallest. And if you look, the area around the nation's capital, District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia, even Connecticut nearby, have the most people with a master's or a doctoral degree. So that's a look at how you can search data, grab it, and do a quick sort.